Well, sometimes we need a gentle reminder about how great the state is that we live in, and sometimes, as in the dead of the summer, we need that reminder. So that is the focus of the August issue of Arizona Highways Magazine. The best of Arizona, 33 things that are right with Arizona. I'm not exactly sure that the heat made the list, but there are 33 other things that did make the list. So joining me now to get a highlight of a few of those things is Editor-in-Chief Robert from Arizona Highways. So great to see you again, Robert.
Thanks for having me back.
So 33 things, and we kind of jump off in this by just like major kind of categories, if you will.
Yeah, you touched on it. I mean, the state's been through, its fair share of bad press over the last year with different things in the news and the tragedy in Tucson and all that. And and that actually affects what we do. Our mission is to promote travel in Arizona, and we want to remind people that there's a lot of things that are right with Arizona. So we kind of looked for different categories, natural wonder being the first there, and you're holding up the Grand Canyon. Obviously, when it comes to what's right with Arizona, it doesn't really get much better than one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.
Do you want to know something really embarrassing?
I know what you're going to tell me. I can see it in your face.
Say it.
You've never been. I've
never been. Do you know how long I've lived here?
That I don't know.
A long time.
Yeah, long enough.
Long time, like decades.
I think people who just move here from other places, they cross it off the list right away, and then people who've been here a long time sort of think, well, it's out there.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. It's been there a billion years, so we really should go.
I totally should. Well, Cathedral Rock, I've heard about this. Another place I've not been.
Yeah, this is, we put this one in here under the heading of color in terms of what's right with Arizona. And this is up by Sedona. Oak Creek goes right through there. And after the Grand Canyon, I would say that Sedona is probably the most famous landmark in Arizona. And this particular shot of Cathedral Rock is one of the most photographed scenes in the state. And I mean, we picked it for color. And I mean, look at the great colors. And that's one of the things people around the world don't understand about Arizona is that we do have color. It's not just a brown desert with scorpions running around.
Well, we do have a lot of that,
We have that, too, yeah. But we also have that.
You know what I was wondering, though? Because, at the onset of the show, Andy turned to me as we were showing some of these pictures, and she said, I want to go there. And she was looking at one of these pictures.
Right.
When we go there to any of these 33 places, do we see the pictures that we see in the magazine, or is that a lot of really kind of the photographer finding that super awesome place?
Well, some of them, like Cathedral Rock, which we just saw, is actually very easy to get to. It's a short walk, a couple hundred yards, and you're there. And what you see, I mean, the photographers obviously are waiting for the right light. We don't alter any of our images, so if you happen to be there and the light is the same as it was when the photographer took the image, you will see that. So, but some of them, I know Andy and I have had this conversation. Sometimes the carrot at the end of the stick is a ways in, and you do have to hike back to it.
It's a mini carrot. It's not the big Mama Jama.
Right. But most of the things, I mean, the Grand Canyon's easy to see. In fact, a lot of the things in this issue are pretty easy to get to.
Let's talk a little bit about Humphreys Peak, because this is a major top 33 list, and why?
Well, one of the things is this is under the category of perseverance. One of the great things about Arizona, and the tree there is a bristlecone pine, which is one of the oldest living organisms in the world. They live tens of thousands of years, and I think it's kind of cool that these trees exist in Arizona. They really only exist here and in the Sierras and California. So very cool tree, the bristlecone pine.
Wow, I'm listening to you, but I'm flipping through these pictures.
I'm used to people not paying attention stuff.
You are so upstaged, I'm just going to say, by these images in here. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's talk a little bit about why Bear Canyon Lake made the list.
Well, again, one of the things that's right with Arizona is just pastimes, and we found a really great photo of a child out fishing. I mean, one of the simple pleasures in life, and again, something in Arizona that's out there for anyone to do. And again, your earlier question, this lake's pretty easy to get to. You have to drive a little bit. This was up on the Mogollon Rim, kind of north of Payson, but a beautiful spot. Right now, you'd mentioned the heat earlier. I mean, that's the place to go.
So much of our state, especially this summer, has been just devastated by wildfires. Wildfires. Any of those places make the list prior to?
Well, we didn't have any issues with this story, but we've had, I think our scenic drive in this issue was down where one of the fires burned and pretty much wiped out the entire drive. So we're dealing with a lot of fallout from that. We work far in advance on our issues, and fire's so unpredictable you really can't know. So, but everything in this issue escaped the fire, as far as I know, and even
it's bittersweet because at least you'd have the image, but then also as editor-in-chief, you're like, oh no, there goes my magazine for October.
It's been a long summer, Steph, let me tell you.
Well, let's talk about the San Pedro River Valley. Where is that? I don't even know.
That's down in southern Arizona, and we sort of ended the piece. What's right with Arizona? Well, our sunsets are one of the things that are so right.
That is the truth, right there, Robert. That is so true.
Yeah, I mean they're unlike anywhere else in the world, and we could have used an image from almost anywhere in the state.
My backyard, really.
Yeah, right.
Any given day.
For sure. And this one just happened to be from down by the San Pedro River, and a beautiful spot, and definitely worth checking out.
Wow. I don't want to give this back to you. Can I keep it?
You can keep it. Sure.
I usually give it back.
Since you're not going to hike to any of these places anyway, you might as well keep it.
He knows me well. And he totally went there, didn't he? I did. All right, Robert, thank you so much for being on this show. Great information, beautiful photos. This is one you're absolutely going to want to pick up for sure. This is absolutely stunning. It's the August issue of Arizona Highways magazine, and it's on store shelves now and in my grubby little palms as well.
I don't think he'd want to take us either, Steph, because we would complain the whole way.
Well, there's always duct tape. You can keep me quiet for so long.
True. Or he could carry us on the hikes.